weekend. It rained all day yesterday. I tried organising the study a bit further, and I've gotten there. I can see the floor and things are on the shelves. I can move around the study without having to move anything out of the way apart from the chair, really. So there's still a bit to go, but it seems better. Today, raining again over the night, raining again this morning. Really hard to get started. Did a bit of stuff with school reports, because the first of those are due. Fixing things up for my staff, because their reports weren't looking right. Now just heading out to the shop because I ran out of stuff that you just can't be without, and when I'd gone out yesterday I'd forgotten to get stuff. So this is just a quick trip out to grab those few things. I've written them down so I don't forget them. Remember to get my list out of my pocket. I should be right. My wife wanted to do some stuff in the yard today, in the front yard, get a few things, little things done. As ugly as the weather looks, because the weather said it was just going to rain for maybe 2 hours in the morning, then fine up, and it's just been a little bit constant. I mean, it's not raining now, but it looks ugly and dreary. So I've just let year 11 go, first period Monday. A lot still have a lot of their online stuff they're trying to do. One of the issues we have is a lot don't have access to computers or internet at home to be able to do it. So when they ask if they can do it in class, you feel like you need to give them that opportunity. Otherwise, it's I'm not being given the chance to get things done. I mean, it is upon them to get it done, especially with the work placement. That has to be done. We're getting chased by a region for that. Safety tests, they need to do them before you should really be doing prac. But to get them in here and do an induction and get them doing a bit of work first to keep that interest. Now I'm really worried the interest will start to die. But having the laptops here gives them that chance to do them if they need to. And if others are doing prac, it might make them move a little bit quicker. Unfortunately, there was only a very small group of the 25 here today. So we'll see what happens in the rest of the week. After a long day yesterday, Monday, long because of leadership meeting in the afternoon. Brand new timetables out to year 10. So there's only 4 classes in the core groups, and electives stay unchanged. That releases a bit of staff time from some teachers. Essentially makes them available for the head teacher admin to use for covering teachers who might be away, but that's never guaranteed, because you don't know if the times that they're off class will line up with the period that needs to be covered. If one of their staff is away on year 10, they're available. We know that. That's an odd jigsaw. So I basically just removed the class from the teacher, and the head teachers gave me class lists to swap around, and evened out the classes. They're large classes now, large-ish. Having larger classes is better than having to merge classes all the time, and then learning doesn't happen because your classes are merged. We're trying to come up with some other ideas for if you actually have a merged class somewhere else where they can go, like where the teacher can take them. One idea is to have them out the back by our trade school under the big covered area. We've got a whiteboard there, it'd probably need replacing because it's been vandalised. But we're also saying let's get some benches and stuff made out there. One suggestion was the A-team group that were building the deck, because they've got to dismantle the deck, all of that timber could be used to make seating around the school, but if there's a need for it there, I think it'd be good if the kids could build them. They would want to look after them. They would not want to see people vandalising things that they made. Today is my busiest day just because I have 4 periods on. I have every class that I have, as in I have year 10, then 12, then 8, then 11. The only difficulty I find with today is that I still get asked to do head teachery things, administration things, timetable things. So it's just a very full day. Another long one today. It was, like I was saying, I think this morning, it's my full day. All of my classes. The one period I had off was period 2. So have year 10. I was doing stuff in the workshop, a bit of period 2. Then prep for year 8. Then I had playground duty at recess, which wasn't normal. It was like an addition or an extra. Then I had year 12. We did some set out prep for line marking out the new quad, like for the roll lines on assembly. Then I had year 8, which was chaotic but good. They were working really well, but there was like a lot going on. Then lunch, then year 11, and like some of the kids in year 11, they're just not taking their study seriously. They didn't come to class yesterday morning, and I know they were at school. Some came late, but they arrived and didn't show up to class. Then this afternoon, while I was on playground duty at recess, I kind of head counted all of the kids, so I knew who I might expect to be there. And then in the afternoon, there was 4 that didn't show up at all, and there was 4 or 5 that turned up late and really didn't apply themselves at all. The other guys came in and trying to clear their end awards, trying to get all their online sign-ups done, the safety test done. A little disappointing when you think about it that the girl who joined the course the latest is the one who's ahead of everybody. It's great for her. She's enthusiastic and looking forward to doing the course. And some of the others, all they want to do is, I really don't know. There's a couple that even when we were doing prac, they were just sitting, like no idea of what they want to do, not getting involved. I've got them again tomorrow, we'll see. When I have year 12, we've got a double on Thursday, so 2 days time. I'm going to try and mark out all that stuff on the quad. PE faculty has a little line marking machine for the spray cans, but I've been thinking about ways of also setting out the start and finish of the lines with like little T's and that sort of stuff to set it out nicely and as accurately as possible. And I just thought of another way of making it even more accurate. So, means I've got to make a couple of spray can templates for setting out the very first sections. And I might be able to do that tomorrow, period 1, if nothing else comes up. Let's see. Well, year 12 got that project done this morning. We had some nice weather, and You can see that we've got roll call lines marked out for the whole quad. We've got quite a few roll calls, and each line here is 12 metres long. To give you a bit of perspective, you got 1.3 metres in between each line, so from the front row here to here is like 13 metres, and from the front one here all the way back here is 26. Hopefully this will help tidy up assemblies a little bit, because the students will have spots where they need to sit and will know where their roll calls are. I had a jig set up so that all of these ones were set up in the same position. The kids would just paint the first 4, then move it up, paint the next 2, move it up, paint the next 2, and they'd sort of overlap. When they got to here, because the lines were no longer travelling this way, they just would be moving it up one and painting one at a time. And I said, keep this side lined up with the crack in the concrete, like where the blocks meet, because when we were marking out roughly, we're a little bit crooked coming up here. And I went to get a string line so we could mark out all the other stuff. And when I came back, you can see they'd started to drift because they were following the old dodgy lines. And then we straightened them up. So we redid these. And PE's line marking machine, little trolley, worked beautifully. They just stretched out a string line between one triangle to the next and would just paint along the string. Move the string to the next 2 triangles, paint along the string. Took them 2 hours, including getting all the gear ready at the start and packing up, to do the whole quad, which was pretty good, especially considering for the first hour there was only 2 kids, or first half hour 2 kids, then a third one turned up first thing in the morning, then we had another one turn up. So I think they did a great job. We'll see how it works in our next assembly on Monday. It's now 4:30. We had professional learning team meetings this afternoon. I was running one for the timetable, getting some other people comfortable with using the timetable. Just the general day-to-day activities before they get used to or get taught how to actually create the timetables. So I'm just going to grab my stuff and leave. Too much glare. He's hiding in the glare. See one there. And there's my neighbour's guitar. What you chewing at, Bat? Wait.